Morning. Welcome back to Trash Man MMA, man. And on the screen right here, you see my Instagram page, Trash Man MMA. Go ahead and fucking follow me if you like. But I want to take you guys through just a little picture of my life. A little story of my life. So on this fateful day of August 7th, 2025, I was deep in slumber. Right? It's my It's my Saturday. I wake up. No work today. No worries, no quarries. No having to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to work and bust my ass for 8 hours straight. None of that. I wake up on a fine summer day. And like most people, my TikTok doom scrolling dopamine filled brain, the first thing I go to do when I wake up in the morning is go to grab that little phone of mine, pop it open Instagram Reels, and start doom scrolling till my thumb falls off. So I get my phone and I pop it open, but I'm not met with the dopamine receptors in my brain going off due to Instagram Reels. No. I'm met with a harsh, cold reality that Charles Oliveira is going to die. You see it on the screen here, folks. Charles Oliveira versus Rafael Fiziev is confirmed for October 11th, a fight night event in Brazil. 4 months after he got brutally slept out cold in the first round. Let me repeat that to you again, folks. He is coming back 4 months later after getting brutally slept out cold. Now, if you don't know this about me, let me let you in on a little something. I am a huge Alexander Volkanovski fan. There's no one, maybe Lucas Tracy, there's no one who's a bigger glazer and fan of Volkanovski than I am. I was rooting for Max Holloway in the third fight, but gosh darn did Volkanovski really turn that for me. After watching that performance, I was the biggest glazer, and I had to watch Alexander Volkanovski go up in weight on 9 days' notice, where he was nothing but blubber and fat, take a fight against Islam Makhachev on 9 days' notice, and get brutally slept out cold in the first round. I had to watch that. I did. You had to watch that as well. And then, 4 months later, I had to watch it happen again. In the second round this time, nevertheless. But I had to watch it happen again. And so did you. So did we all. We had to watch that little Spanish fuck, that little arrogant Spanish fuck, knock out our GOAT again. 4 months after it had already happened. And now I cannot help but and feel in my heart that the same thing is going to happen to Charles Oliveira. Now, I am not counting Oliveira out. I am not 100% picking Fiziev. I still need to do a whole bunch of, tape watching and studying. I do. I seen Rafael Fiziev lose to Justin Gaethje twice. And that is not a visual that I like to see. If you are getting outstruck by Justin Gaethje in any capacity, I do not like that. And I do not like to see you getting dropped by Justin Gaethje either. But this is confirmed for October 11th. And let's see what Charles Oliveira has to say about it. Praise be. Wow. That's true. It's been a while. So you hear it from the lion's mouth himself. He asked for this fight. He asked for this fight. They fulfilled the lion's request. The lion requested to have this fight in Brazil. Now, this is just so, how do you say, invigorating? No, wrong word. This is so exacerbating. I'm lost for words over here. The fact that Charles Oliveira asked for this fight. Now, did he necessarily ask for Rafael Fiziev? Probably not. But Rafael Fiziev probably is one of the more, not deserving, but, well, actually, he might be one of the more deserving fighters to get this fight right now. Charles Oliveira is number 4 in the world, and I can't really tell you who's underneath that. I mean, Dan Hooker was there, but Dan Hooker has a broken hand still, allegedly. Oh, why didn't they make that fight? Fuck Gamrot. Benil doesn't deserve it. Paddy arguably deserves it. That's interesting. I wonder why they didn't give it to Paddy or Dan Hooker. I feel like both of those are bigger names than Rafael Fiziev. But I'm assuming both of those guys have shit booked already. But man, this is just so disheartening to see, man. I woke up and I had to see this. The first thing I did was let out an audible sigh. I said, the end. But, like I was saying earlier, I am not necessarily going for Rafael Fiziev. And I'm not necessarily counting Charles Oliveira out either. But what I will say is human biology is undefeated. Father Time is undefeated. One cannot merely come back 4 months after getting brutally slept out cold and be in their prime and be okay and be unaffected. It is simply not human biology. And as much as you want to believe in the lion's spirit, in the lion's heart, in BRONX, one thing is certain. If a brain gets rattled enough times, it won't want to go through that again. And I feel Charles Oliveira's brain has made it to that time. I fear a quick and dynamic striker like Rafael Fiziev, who sends shots that you cannot see. He is essentially the lightweight Yair Rodriguez in terms of speed and dynamacy. I fear that Charles Oliveira will not see a shot coming and will not see multiple shots coming. And for a brain that's just been put out cold by a shot it didn't see coming, I fear that even though Rafael Fiziev does not have pop, does not have strength in his hands, I fear that that speed and that unknown striking will play a big factor in Charles Oliveira not being able to react, and therefore not seeing a shot coming, getting chin checked, and again going out cold brutally. Maybe not as brutal, but I can definitely see a world where he is turned off like a light switch. Not as bad as Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria put him out cold and then he fucking cut the circuit, right? I fear a Rafael Fiziev KO would look like you turn off a light for about 5 seconds, turn it back on, It's a little bit more dim. You know what I'm saying? I fear the end of Charles Oliveira. Not out of skill, not out of uh, lack of will, but out of human biology and durability. So far, right now, August 7th, I am predicting Rafael Fiziev to KO TKO Charles Oliveira in the second or third round. That is my prediction. That is my early prediction for this fight. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the line comes back to rule the jungle. But the future does not look bright, my friends. And I just watched Superman yesterday. So I was beaming with light and positivity. But this was a surefire way to kill all that. In conclusion, I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am. I don't know where I was going with that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are new, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe as well if you wish. I'd very much greatly appreciate it. Let me bring it back to this one. Subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Pretty please. I post sometimes, but that's it for the video. I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for watching. Until the next one, peace.